It's episode 70 of Family Life Mornings. We're a morning radio show on Family Life, a network of stations across New York and Pennsylvania. Each day, Steve, Therese, and Randy do our best to encourage you.
Have a nice day.
May not want to say it just like that. But
Well, we'll try to do better for the rest of the podcast.
A little serious, a little silly, a perfect balance to start your day. Family Life Mornings.
purse your lips, put them like you're going to whistle or something,
Oh.
and then breathe out. That was exciting, wasn't it? Now, why are we doing this? You may wonder. Well,
Why are you doing this? I'm wondering.
And breathe out as long as you can. Go. That's what happens, and that's what the experts say you should do if someone around you coughs or sneezes these days.
Like you're trying to blow their germs away?
Well, the particles that have been, sneezed or coughed or whatever, it's the problem is when you ingest them, right?
Right.
So if they're right around you, the first thing you should do is as long as you can, right? Yes.
Just pretend that it's like your 100th birthday party and you're trying to blow out all the candles.
Very nicely done. Hey, that's only a few years away.
Hey, speak for yourself.
And then go wash your hands. And I guess, and then after you get your breath, say, God bless you.
If it's too early for you to start thinking about real life, it's okay. You can hang out with us as long as you want.
This is Family Life Mornings.
I don't know if you've ever seen these fancy recreational vehicles, these big RVs.
They'll
they'll be
really nice.
nice recliners inside and big TVs and fireplaces because, it's all about relaxation. And now you can get them with desks and internet connections and other work amenities. A lot of people are going, wait a second, I can work from home, but there's no saying home has to be in house. And so they're investing like these fancy RVs and just hitting the road, working wherever they are. So it's like, what's the view outside your office today? Grand Canyon, same old, right?
If you can't say it in front of your kids, you won't hear it on Family Life Mornings.
Imagine if your sixth grade self could write you a letter. Boy, the things that you were worried about then, maybe you wouldn't be so worried about now. Or maybe you'd look back and have fond memories. Anita is in Waterloo. She says she had the best teacher ever in sixth grade. And even looking back now as an adult, still favorite teacher of all time. And then Adrienne is in Bath. She says, I got to get out of class early to go do crossing guard duty because only sixth graders were allowed to do that. So it was like a really big deal, right?
Yeah.
Who's this?
My name is Cindy, and I'm from Endicott, New York. I moved, and I started in a new school, and ironically enough, in sixth grade at that school, we changed classes, too.
So you were the new kid in the new school, but everybody was kind of in the new school.
Everyone was doing it for the first time, so kind of like it was new for all of us, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a lot of things happened that made me the strong woman that I am now.
Yeah, that was a familiar feeling with being like a sixth, seventh, and eighth graders, and it's like intimidating and all these new things. By the way, I didn't mean to leave you hanging. I did make it through the sixth grade.
Oh, that's good to know.
Just to let you know. But, I mean, we laugh, but you look back, it's like, man, something that looks so scary and so unsure.
Yeah.
Like 2020, for instance.
Right.
Something, you do get through it. You do get through it.
If you stick around long enough, this will all start to make sense.
It's Family Life Mornings with Steve, Therese, and Randy.
We thought it would be a really great idea to go to a corn maze.
Oh, they're fun.
It was a little hotter than you probably should have gone into a corn maze with.
True. That's a good point.
Breeze doesn't really get down into the stalks, And so I was there and we're going around and I feel like we've been here before. And I feel like we've been here again. And after about the 78th time of feeling like we had been in the same place, I thought, this is 2020. We've got technology. And so I remembered seeing a friend of mine outside of the corn maze. So I called her and I said, hey, over where you buy your tickets, there's an aerial map of the corn maze. Would you take a picture of it and text it to me? And so she did. And then once I could kind of figure out where we were, it took another hour, even with the aerial view, to get out. I know some people would say you cheated, but I'm pretty sure that if I had not had the aerial view, I would probably be remote broadcasting right now from the corner of a corn maze.
You were more spiritual than maybe you even thought at the time. You were just looking for God's perspective. I mean, think about that. Somebody told me about that years ago. You're in the middle of any situation, maze in this case, and you try to get out on your own. You try to do this, and you keep what? Coming up? Can't get out.
Same thing again and
Same
again
thing
and again.
Can't get out. And then all of a sudden you ask for God's help and God's perspective.
Yes.
And God has that perspective from above that says, here, you just go here, and you go here, here, and you're out.
An hour
Freedom.
later.
There you go.
We know you have lots of choices. Thank you for picking Family Life Mornings.
Where was this mom hack when my kids were younger? Let's say you have one cupcake or one donut or one Danish, whatever it is, but you have 2 kids. Let's call them, I don't know, Stevie and Randy.
Do I
okay?
get it? I want it. I get it.
Exactly.
I want it.
And if I cut it in half, you're going to say, his piece is bigger than mine, right?
Yeah.
Generally
So what
is.
you do is you hand one child the knife and you say, you are the cutter. So Stevie, you get to cut the donut in half. But Randy, you get to choose first. I promise you. I promise you that will be the
That's
most
interesting.
evenly split piece of anything you have ever seen in your life. And so, yeah, you guys can
excellent.
share that you cut it and you get to choose
Sounds like
first.
Psychology 101 right there.
That's a great. I love that.
And I have just figured out the 2 of you. Look at that. Little
Oh,
Stevie and
man.
Randy, eat your donut and get back to work, okay?
Music? Check. News? Check. Encouragement? Check. Yep, we're ready to start the day. Family Life Mornings.
Jump rope's kind of a neat thing. It's tough, difficult as you get older.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a great exercise. So you get your jump rope, and then of course you get your roller skates, and you get your roller skates while you're jumping rope, and somehow you set a Guinness Book of World Records. Can you believe a guy 147 skips of rope in 30 seconds while having his roller skates on?
And he's not a kid. Like,
No.
this is an
Whoa.
actual adult with, like,
I
adult
know.
balance,
I
you
know.
know?
I mean, there's some of us, me, that just standing on the roller skates let alone, would be tough enough. So if I was going to attempt this world record of skipping rope while on roller skates, I'd need a driver. A driver would have to be
A driver?
Yeah, someone with a car. Because after attempting that, after about 3 seconds, I'm on my way to the ER.
For sure.
They don't need a request to be your friend. They already are. Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
I have this whole routine when I know I'm about to touch this thing. And so I wasn't surprised when I read that over the course of a month, this one thing gets touched 13,000 times by hands that have not been washed. In fact, there's not even a place to wash your hands nearby, and it's why I have this certain routine I follow. Every time I get gas, the gas pump, they say 13,000 hands touch that
wow.
pump, and you hardly ever see them getting washed, right? So what I do is I have my hand sanitizer sitting right there,
Gotcha.
like out in the open,
Yeah.
and when I go to get the gas, I leave the door open
Yeah.
so that after I pump the gas, I don't even have to touch the car. I reach in, and the very next thing I touch is my hand sanitizer, which makes me wonder, how dirty is my hand sanitizer, do you think?
Exactly.
Like covered in all kinds of stuff, right?
Now you're making me think next time I get gas.
Starting your day with a smile and a dose of encouragement, too. Family Life Mornings.
If you want to be a little happier today, or maybe a lot happier, they've actually done a study over thousands of people, and it actually does work. They say specifically do this to bus drivers. That's why the kids can do this if they take a bus to school. But I'm going to imagine this would be good to use for anybody. Now, it's just 4 words. You might want to write them down, and instead of you guys writing them down, it's radio, so you can repeat them back. These 4 words. Okay, ready? Have. Just say
Have.
Have. And then the next one is
A.
and then the next one is nice.
Nice.
And the final one is one more complicated, day. Okay?
Day.
Now put them all together.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Simply say that to a bus driver, or my guess it would be anybody. And they've done studies that show the bus driver's happiness goes way up just by saying something as simple as have a nice day. And also, they also found something, this may shock you as well. The person who said it, they felt better too.
Isn't that
they
something?
really did a study for that.
Ooh, you throw a smile on that, and whoa.
I know. It's just something as simple as that. So if you want to use something today, just go to someone, bus driver or someone else, and see if you can remember it. Now, you ready?
Have
A nice day.
May not want to say it just like that, but
Yeah, it's probably not as exciting.
You'll always wake up on the right side of the bed when you start your day with Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
So are you planning to vote? You know, there are some people who think it's really inconvenient. My vote doesn't matter. I don't have time. Well, check this out. Kate Rubins has every excuse in the world, but she is still going to vote. She's been working out of town for like months now, and she's 200 miles away from home. Well, 200 miles above home, I guess you could say. She's an astronaut on the International Space Station, and she's going to vote electronically through mission control. And I'm thinking, well, if she can do it,
Right.
I can find time to do it, right?
That's true. Yeah, the electronically is a lot better because the mail is really slow
Really
from the
slow.
international.
Yeah.
It's okay if you're not ready to wake up yet. We'll just turn the music down and talk softer.
Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life Mornings.
So it appears that the background noises you hear while you are working have an effect on how productive you are at work.
And suddenly I'm getting nothing done.
I'm guessing that's not very good for office sounds that have no background noise at all. Really didn't do much for workers. Office sounds with muffled white noise, and I don't think I'd consider your noise
that
white
was
noise,
not
Steve.
white noise.
That really doesn't do much either. Okay. But when regular office sounds were combined with a flowing stream sound, productivity shot upward.
Wow.
And they've now proven that sounds from nature help us function better mentally, which makes our work and all of our efforts at work improve drastically. So if you can pump in the sounds of nature, do it. If you can't, try and, visit a place, a park, or if you live out in the country, just go out and soak up the birds and the water. And
I feel like Steve's sound was nature, though.
Well,
Like lurking in the depths
Yeah.
of the swamp out back is a creature that's yet to be identified.
The morning time, it's God's time. Thanks for waking up with Family Life Mornings.
we talk a lot about Guinness Book of World Records here on the show, maybe too much, but I just am fascinated by them. So when I saw something recently, they had a group of pictures, just the faces of people, and then on the other side, another column, they had the Guinness Book of World Record that they set, and you had to try to match the face with the record, just because they come in all shapes and sizes, male, female.
Yeah.
You never know. You know, the most recent ones, like the fastest Rubik's Cube solver and the backwards bicycle rider, and you had to match up. And I don't know if you heard about the most recent one, the man who cracked 254 walnuts with just his head. His picture was really easy to pick out. He had all the bruises on his forehead. Yeah, that was easy.
We can't always take your call, but we will see your text if you send a message to 888-413-4156.
This is Family Life Mornings.
Brandon, losing a loved one, that can be a very tough time.
Yeah, and for Harris, his friends were worried that the loneliness could be detrimental to his health. So they decided to give him some help, and they set up an online dating profile to, try to have a search to find him a second chance at love. And, well, it just so happens that this online dating profile was able to match him up with a female that had lost the love of her life as well. And it's just not the usual way that, Harris's type would meet people. That's because Harris is an otter, and now he and Pumpkin have their own love story. Yes, her name is Pumpkin. The staff at Harris's Animal Sanctuary believe that the dating profile they made really helped him win Pumpkin over, too. It read, "Looking to find my significant otter. I am very attentive. I love a cuddle, and I am a very good listener. I will love you like no otter." Cute, right?
Yeah, that is very cute, very tender. What's more shocking is there's a dating online service.
You know we're friends because we're already on a first-name basis. It's Family Life Mornings with Steve, Therese, and Randy from Family Life, a friend you can turn to.